Parrish, Florida is getting the country's second Explore by Del Webb, the newest concept by Pulte Group. No more Del Webbs being totally exclusive to 55 plus. Explore is now open to all ages. This is massive for Parrish. You're looking at over 900 home sites that are coming to this exclusively gated section in North River Ranch. I am Trenton Miller with Founder Florida. I worked for Del Webb for 6.5 years. My goal for these videos is to give you all of the information you need if you're thinking about purchasing. I'm walking through every single model home that just opened there today, and they just opened for pre-sale. So guys, reach out to me if you guys need anything or want information. I have buyer's guides ready to go, but today let's explore some models. All right, here we go. All right guys, the first one we're going to look at today is the Ellenwood. This is a paired villa. Okay, so both sides are going to be the exact same floor plan. So we're going to take a look at the model here of the Ellenwood. The Ellenwood is 1579 square feet and it starts at $349,990. So this is a 2-bedroom with a flex room. It's actually a really well laid out villa floor plan. And look, as you can see, kind of like right when you come in, I'll show you. You got some really good separation. So you see how this wall separates in between the two units. So it feels very private when you're walking in. It does not feel like you're actually walking in right into someone else's unit. So come in, you got the laundry here. This is the entry from the garage, and then another nice little walk-in drop zone area, a nice spacious flex room. They put the double doors on here. That's that option to change the flex room into the den. And then nice little cutout over there. They have a chair there, but I've seen people use that as storage as well. And then walking in, you can feel, it feels very open. So similar to the Scenic series, that the 40-foot lots, it's very similar floor plan, just in the attached version. So nice kitchen here. Got the nice 42-inch cabinets. They have the KitchenAid gas appliances, so it's all gas in this community. They don't have the built-in kitchen option in these villas, but it is a very nice layout nonetheless. Very open, dining room flows right into the gathering room space there. And as you can see, plenty of space. You got lots of bright windows. They do the transom windows up top, plus you got the two over there. And then the sliders let in a lot of natural light as well. So outside, I'm going to show you quick to just kind of explain. So see how in Florida, they call this under the roof portion the covered lanai, right? That means the part that's under roof here. And then that's an extended patio. Patio just means it's the floor there. And then they did the bird cage. So covered lanai with the extended patio and the bird cage. That is the option that was selected on the outside. Typically, it would just come with that covered lanai. Going into the owner's bedroom here, again, king size bed, really nice furniture. These models look really nice. They did a good job kind of showcasing what it can be once you guys move in. And dual vanity, huge bathroom for a villa. Got the enclosed commode, and then a good sized closet. So Ellenwood, who's this good for? Well, the villas are always good because especially if you're just looking for a second home, it's just lock and go. You know, the villa is under a little bit different situation with the HOA where the roof and exterior painting is covered. So it really is truly a kind of lock it and go if this is just your second home. Also, a great home for people downsizing. I'll show you the other bedroom as well. This is the guest bedroom. And then that leads right into the guest full bathroom. So really nice layout for the square footage. I've had a lot of people actually prefer the Ellenwood over some of the homes in the Scenic series. But off to a good start. We're going to go to the next model. All right, up next we have the Renown floor plan. So this one is one of the largest one-stories you're going to see in this area. The Renown's going to fit in the 60s. That is 2,808 square feet. It is a 3-bedroom, possibly 4, with an office. Let me show you guys this outside of it. This is the exterior that gives you the bay window up in that front bedroom. And you got the nice 3-car garage as well. So this is going to fit in the 60s series. That just means the width of the home site. They got the nice 8-foot glass door. with the fluted frosted glass. As you're walking in, you can immediately see the height of the ceiling. Very nice, up to 11 foot 8 inches. And you come up, you have a nice half bathroom up here for guests. And then you come up to this bedroom up in the front, and you can really feel how spacious and grand this bedroom is. And the really nice part about this guest bedroom is it does have its own ensuite bathroom, which even has kind of a separate toilet area as well. So really nice to have there. The bay window just adds so much depth to the room. I mean, if you guys invited me over to this house and you let me stay in that room, I would be pretty excited. And as you're walking in, again, you have that enclosed flex room, huge office space. So they set this up really well so you can kind of see how large this room actually is. But got a full couch, desk, shelving. They got the keyboard set up that looks really nice. So huge. And then they got the glass doors. You can also do solid or just keep this open as a flex room. Before we walk into the main space, I'm going to keep walking down to the other guest wing over here. This is the entry from the garage. So you have the nice drop zone area again, entry from the garage. That leads right into the laundry room, and that I will touch on later. They're setting up this other bedroom as kind of a whiskey poker room, but obviously it's actually a bedroom because it does have a large walk-in closet and also a full bathroom. So kind of cool to see how they can set it up because not everyone's going to need this many bedrooms, right? But very nice space in that bedroom. And now I want to kind of show you the main part of the home, which is going to be the gathering room kitchen area, which is just beautiful in this home. So right off the bat, you walk in, you got the really high tray ceiling in the gathering room. Looks really clean with the vinyl floors they have in. You got the zero corner slider right over there, which is nice. And then as you go, you can see the true magnitude of this kitchen. And I want to point out a few things that you probably haven't seen Del Webb or Explore by Del Webb, or traditionally those of you who are used to Pulte doing. Right there, okay? Looks like a fridge. I'm sure you guys have already found out that is a built-in fridge, not something that's typically offered in the North River Ranch lineup under $1 million. So good to see that they're actually going to be offering these higher end options. Explore is going to be different than what you're used to with Pulte and similar to Del Webb, but they're really trying to bring it all up. So they got the stacked cabinets, the nice wood decorative hood. They did the quartz all the way up the backsplash. It looks very clean. One thing that's really nice about this kitchen too, they got the double ovens. So you got the oven there and then the microwave oven combo here. Nice KitchenAid dishwasher. You got the granite sink. So really went all out on this kitchen to show it. And then you have the optional beverage center over here as well, where you get the wine fridge, the glass shelving. It looks very clean. The under cabinet lighting with the quartz countertop up the backsplash looks really good. And a large pantry that they finished off with shelving. Now, as we walk into the back, before we go to the owner's bedroom, I want to show you the zero corner slider because it is an option that most people are going to pick in the Renown floor plan. It really opens things up. I know it's going to take me a second to open these, but I think it's worth just to show you guys what it looks like. So as you can see, it just changes that indoor-outdoor living. So the square footage just instantly exceeds 2,800 once you open those up. Now, obviously, not being from Florida, if you're watching this video, not from Florida, how many days a year can you keep these open like this without your AC bill going nuts? Probably 3 months to 4 months out of the year, but my God, when you can, it is amazing. And you can see, because it's a 60-foot lot, the width of the home is going to allow for a great outdoor space. And look at what they did with this pool. I mean, this is a sweet hot tub that's raised. It kind of overflows into the rest of the pool. And then look at the size of that pool. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I can only fit a small pool in Florida. Yeah, width-wise, this might be a little bit on the smaller side, but it's really, really long pool. Plenty of space. You're not going to need any more than this. And they got loungers over there. They have seating under the cover here. So the cover lanai is a big L, which is really nice. And then I can't get over this pool design. Very good design. You got the infinity screen. For those of you wondering why there has to be a support beam there, about every 48 feet on the screen, even if it's an infinity screen, you're going to need that support beam. So just something that you can't avoid, but very spacious. I love the oversized travertine on the back. It looks really nice. You know, this home is very thoughtfully laid out, very thoughtfully designed. The Renown is going to be, I think, probably one of the best sellers in this community. And then we'll finish in the owner's bedroom here, kind of tucked away in the back, which is nice. And as you can see, it is on the larger side. There is plenty of space in here. They did the tray ceiling in here as well. And as we go to the back, you'll see one large closet. They finished it off very nicely with cabinetry. And as we go through the owner's bathroom, I want you to see this. They brought back the tub option, but this time they're doing it a little bit more trendy with the actual separated freestanding tub with the walk-in shower, nice dual vanity setup, enclosed toilet, and yes, this is another closet. My God, a relationship saver. The second closet is an absolute must. And the feature that everyone loves in the Renown is it leads right into the washer and dryer area. So you got plenty of space for folding over here. You got nice big washer and dryer, plenty of cabinets, and you have a sink. So Renown, this plan is, let me see, base price of the Renown is $621,990, which is honestly surprising how inexpensive they're actually going to start off selling this Renown for. I would imagine that base price, if you're watching this maybe 6 months or 5 months from when I made this, it's going to be a lot higher. But it's a very nice floor plan, and I think a lot of people are going to like the width of the home, the bedroom sizes. Every bedroom's going to have its own ensuite. The Renown's looking pretty good, guys, but let's go on to the next one. Okay, we're back. You've probably seen this floor plan on the channel before, but this is the Mystique. Let's see how they designed it. It starts at 1,889 square feet. In Explorer, they are starting out at $467,990 on the Mystique. This is obviously, as you know, one of the best sellers for Pulte Group across the entire country. They usually model it, and it's a really, really well laid out floor plan. The actual sizing of the floor plan itself for what it offers is just wonderful. You got the front bedroom here, very good size, closet. Now they don't have a half bath on this one, but it does have a full bath right out here that the guests would have to use. And then they actually modeled this one. Instead of having the 2.5 car garage, they went ahead and put the third bedroom back here. And the third bedroom, they did it, which is really cool, they did it with the full bathroom as well. So this actually gives the Mystique the ensuite bathroom. And that actually, this option changes the square footage of the Mystique to just about 2,100 square feet. So that's why the Mystique is such a flexible floor plan. You can kind of do what you want with it. So they kept the flex room open. You can close this off with double doors if you like. They kept it open. You can see the size. You got the couch and the desk. And then as you're going in, you really start to feel the ceiling height change that they've made in the Mystique over the past couple of years. No longer is it 9'4" ceilings. You're looking at 11'8", and look how open it is. Now, you might have seen in some of the other videos, they do the zero corner slider option in the Mystique as well, but this is what comes standard in the Mystique. You got the 3 big windows there, and then they actually did the optional sliders in the back, and then you have the standard sliders over there. So a lot of different arrangements with the windows and sliders that you can do, but I think this looks pretty good. It kind of gives the furniture a place, because since that's not a sliding glass door, you can kind of utilize the entire gathering room space instead. And then obviously the kitchen, they went all out. They stacked the cabinets, which looks really nice. They actually have the nice cabinets on the side. You have the built-in appliances. These are KitchenAid gas. They did just a nice marble backsplash versus running the quartz up. And they have a nice built-in KitchenAid refrigerator. So versus the Renown that we saw, you see how there's a gap here? So that's the main difference between a built-in refrigerator and then just having like kind of the cabinet space built in with the siding so it's all protected. So still looks very clean, still looks very nice. You have all the trash can chutes, etc. It's a well laid out plan. Again, this is why it's one of the best sellers that Pulte has to offer. So Explorer is going to be offering it as well. They ran the vinyl floor all the way through into the owner's bedroom. And then they show it with the standard size shower with the bench. You got the makeup vanity seat there, dual sinks, and then they finished the closet off fully with a custom closet. And again, this is not how the closet's gonna come when you guys get it. They're just showing you what it could be. So when you're walking through, don't get frustrated at the new home salespeople. That's not an option. I agree, but at least it gives you an idea of what you can do. All right, let me point out here. This is the big feature on the Mystique that people love. It's that big L Lanai. So it actually wraps around all the way to the other side. Huge Lanai space. So you can imagine, in Manatee County, you can go all the way up to about 5 feet of your lot line for your pool cage and structure. So plenty of space here if you wanted to do a pool afterwards. And you have plenty of under roof space too, even if you did a pool. Now the nice part is they obviously did the outdoor kitchen here. So when you do the outdoor kitchen prep or the outdoor kitchen option, it adds that wall. Now what does the wall do? Well, you see you got neighbor over there, but see when I have a wall, I'm private. I'm private now. I'm private inside over here. I'm private if I'm in the dining room. It just kind of blocks off your neighbor and gives you that privacy. So it's a really good option, I think, even if you're not going to be doing an outdoor kitchen. It just gives you that flexibility. So again, if you want a plan that's going to give you that flexibility, 2 bedrooms, do I need a 3rd bedroom? Do I need a 3rd bath? Mystique's going to give you that. Starts at a really good shell and kind of goes up from there. But pricing wise, I think this one is right in line to where it needs to be. And yeah, Mystique is going to be a hot seller here. On to the next. All right, we're going to look at one of the 40-foot plans right now. We got the Contour. So the Contour is actually the smallest of the 40s. It's 1408 square feet, but walk through it with me and let me know what you guys think about the size. I think it actually is laid out pretty well. You got a nice little front porch on the front. Fits 2 rockers. That's a nice touch. So boom, immediately you get a sense for the width of the home, right? On the 40s, they're gonna feel a little bit more narrow compared to the others, but they feel spacious because they're built a lot longer as well. So entry from the garage there, closet, etc. You come in immediately to your left, you have a good sized guest room. So they have it kind of as a day bed, but it does fit a nice queen size bed in there. I've seen it many times. They showing you the standard Vicryl unit on the side there. That is a, it's a nice material. I mean, I know a lot of you are probably wanting tile, but I will say the nice part about that, if you stay standard, is a lot easier to clean because there's no grout. So as we walk into the kitchen, we have standard cabinets, standard countertops. So how thick do you think that is? My guess would be about 1.7 centimeters. A normal countertop that you would consider the standard thickness is 3 centimeters. So kind of gives you an idea there, but I think the standard looks pretty nice. And as you're going through, again, Contour is one of those plans where you need the furniture to define the spaces, but you have the dining room here, you have the gathering room here, and actually in this one, they must have done the extended room in here because you have an entire little sitting room over here as well. And then you have the glass doors that lead out to the covered lanai, and then they did the extended patio with the bird cage as well. Sorry if you're hearing the music on there, but they got the video for the amenity center. Laundry room's right outside the owner's bedroom, so easy access there. And then the owner's bedroom has plenty of natural light with 2 large windows there and a nice 3rd window there. So standard shower glass, so you can see it's framed, and then they ran the standard tile all the way up to the ceiling. They got the oval sinks as the standard shape sink with the standard cabinets and the standard countertop. And then going into the closet, I mean, pretty good sized closet for the size of the home. That's what I mean. So let me know what you think. Obviously this one has the additional space past the gathering room, so it's probably actually a little bit bigger than 1408 square feet. But what do you guys think about this specific floor plan? And do you think it would be a good fit for you? Let me know in the comments. I'm interested to see what your opinions are on it. And yeah, again, it's like, do you want to go with the Ellenwood, the villa, which is a little bit more square footage for a similar price? Or do you really want detached single family? I think that's something for you to decide if you're looking at this size range of homes. Am I okay with a villa? Or am I really wanting a single family home? I think that's going to be the question between Concord and Ellenwood in this community. But all right, the next one I'm excited to show you. I'm excited to show you the next one. All right, you guys have been asking for this floor plan from Pulte for a long, long time. This is one of the biggest, most popular trends going across the United States right now, and that is a true multi-gen mother-in-law suite. And the Concord in North River Ranch, explored by Webb, is going to give you that. So I have a 2-door alert. Okay, as we're walking in, there is the large 8-foot glass door, but what? We have 2 doors. So they even put their own entry into the mother-in-law suite, which is so cool. Very cool. Immediately when you walk in, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the multi-gen suite. So you come on in, and immediately to your left, you have the bedroom. And the bedroom will give you a nice size walk-in closet. They put shelving there so you can see. And the Concord's great because it starts at $508,990 for an entire mother-in-law suite. It's 2387 square feet. And then you got a full bathroom in here. You got the vanity set up, toilet right there. And then look at this. You have your own gathering room space with a really nice kitchenette setup. So you got the microwave built in there, sink, and you have a really good sized fridge as well. So yes, they finally did it. They built the mother-in-law suite. Look, this goes right to the outside. So you don't even have to go in the same door. I think that's going to be a great option for a lot of families in Parrish who are looking for this. I haven't seen many builders offering this. Lanai definitely kind of started the trend with the multi-gen, and then you've seen some other builders follow suit. So you have that full bedroom up in the front, and then you actually have 2 more bedrooms over to the left here. You have one guest room here set up as a yoga room, and then you have another guest room set up as what it is, which is another guest room. Let's check the closet size on this one. Actually, really good closet size. So there's your 3 kind of guest bedrooms. You see you got the laundry room is kind of where you enter from the garage here. Plenty of space when you do the built-in sink option and the cabinets. And then you even have space for clothes hamper. I think that would be a great space for some dog stuff as well if you have dogs. And then they'll share these 2 rooms, this full bathroom here, with the single vanity as well. So as we walk in, just because you have 4 bedrooms doesn't mean you can't have your home office. That's kind of a must nowadays. So they close it off with the double doors. Looks really nice. And then walking through, feels very similar to maybe a Prestige if you've walked through these floor plans before. Good sized kitchen. They did the cabinets all the way to the ceiling, giving it a nice finished look. Got the 3-centimeter quartz cabinets on the side, built-in fridge, built-in range. They got the gourmet kitchen option and the nice stainless steel sink as well. I've seen a lot of builders bringing back these. This is the garbage disposal button. So typically some builders will just have it on like a little switch under here. So it's nice to see them bring it back on the countertop. I think that's what the people prefer. So nice dining room here. And then they have the slider kind of on the side. Now, I don't know 100%, I can confirm. I would imagine in the Concord, you do have options to put a sliding glass door where those windows are as well. So as we walk into the back, owner's bedroom, 2 nice sized windows, go in here. You kind of have, this is interesting, kind of got the split dual vanity there because in the middle of your vanity would be your closet. And I think it's important that they put in the closet space here so you can see, although kind of an awkward shape, if you design it properly, you can definitely get a lot of storage in here. This closet right here is actually probably holds more clothes than most closets. And then they did the 0 entry super shower all the way through where the bench is at the end. You have the rain head, another shower head there. You can even add a handheld there if you want. And then you got the enclosed commode here as well. So Concord, they finally did it. They brought the multi-gen back. They brought it back. I think it looks really nice. I think this plan is going to wildly outsell all the other plans in this series because people have been looking for this multi-gen forever. And I just think it's money. I think most people are in situations where even if they just have visitors for long term, they just have their own private space. I think the Concord is going to be a home run for Explorer by Del Webb. All right, guys, you can see behind me, we are in front of the Stellar Grand, one of the largest floor plans offered here at Explorer by Del Webb. 3-car garage. Now, this can be built both as a 1-story and a 2-story. Remember, the Grand just means they're adding the loft upstairs. The loft on this one's also going to add a full bedroom and bath as well. As we walk in, this one, oh, by the way, this one starts, let's get that for you. This one starts at $684,990. So very good starting price for the square footage on this one. This one's almost 3,600 square feet. So you got the office up in the front with the double doors closed off. They put the drop soffit ceiling in there. Now the Stellar has a really nice guest room up in the front with a full ensuite, full bath here. Nice tiling all the way to the ceiling. And then as you can see, they got the queen bed in here so you can get a feel for the size. I think the vinyl plank flooring really opens up the space on this one. They got the nice size gathering room, kitchen area, very open. Now, you're probably used to seeing the Stellar 1 level with a little bit higher ceilings. Because they put the second floor on, it lowers the ceiling height to just under 10 feet on the first level. And you get a sense of how big this kitchen is. This island fits 4 bar stools across. It's got a really nice, almost opal looking quartz on it, and they run it up as the backsplash as well. I like the dual tone island versus just all the cabinets being white. It kind of breaks up the whiteness, so you're not getting too much starkness. Now, because you're doing the 2-story, you can't do the 0 corner slider here. They have to have that support wall there, but you could add sliders there instead of windows. But they just have the pocket sliding glass door option there. They have the nice porcelain farmhouse sink from Kohler. Really nice option there. If you do get this sink though, just a tip, make sure you buy the metal grates there or else this thing's gonna get scratched up pretty quick. Tip on that, if you wanna clean it, barkeeper's friend. That thing will polish that sink. I have one at my house. So nice built-in KitchenAid, gas appliances. They did the pantry really nicely done with the shelving. And then just an entertainer's home. So you got people over, you're cooking, you can kind of see everyone. Good separation of all the bedrooms on the first level. You have the 3rd bedroom on the first level over this way. And then it's not as big as the other bedroom. And then it'll have a full bath out here. This is the full bath that guests will use too when you're over. And then entry from the garage, drop zone area, and then laundry room. You have the sink built in, you have the cabinets in there, kind of showcasing everything. Now, typically this is under stairs storage, but look what they did. They put a really cool wine rack in here to kind of show you what you can do with this, but a lot of options. I will say, if my wife ever caught me in here though, sipping a wine on this stool by myself under the stairs, she might need to have a conversation with me. It might start to be getting to be a problem at that point. I'm just joking around. But as we're going into the outside, you have the pocket sliding glass doors. These are all impact glass. So that's a nice feature to have. Now they did the bathroom option. So as you can see, when you do the bathroom option, you can't do the outdoor kitchen option because that door needs to be there. But it is nice to have the pool bath. And then you have a huge long pool. They have the built-in hot tub as well. And then again, you have that nice infinity screen. Looks really nice. In fact, you can even on this one see the nice entryway to the community. So really impressive. You got the hose bib inside of the Lanai screen. So if you have to refill your pool, that's pretty nice to have there. Pretty nifty. And because we're doing the stairs here, I'll show you kind of where it cuts off some of your space. Here is that full bathroom for the pool bath. Owner's bedroom, obviously good size. They did the super shower in here. You have the dual vanity. So typically the Stellar has one of the largest closets you're ever going to see. Because of that second floor, it eats a little bit of the closet, but I mean still, I'll do a full loop here, but still really, really good size closet. So definitely not, you don't need the closet to be as big as the one-story version, let's put it that way. And then you have a little coat closet, not coat closet, linen closet, and then your commode, and then your nice walk-in shower with the rain head, shower head, bench. All right, let's see what makes this a Stellar Grand versus just a Stellar. Let's go up some stairs. Hopefully I'm not breathing too hard on this microphone. That would be embarrassing. But as we're going up, nice loft area. I mean, if you have kids, how fun is it to have this loft area? I say to people from up north, having a loft and floor is kind of like having a finished basement. Just gives the kids their own space to play, have friends over, mess around, have a good time. Okay, storage alert. We have a bunch of storage where the HVAC is up here, and then they finish it off with tile nicely for you. And then look at this on the other side, you have even more storage. Lighted storage, air conditioned, goes all the way around. That is such a nice feature. People in Florida are always asking for more storage, so the fact that they finished that off and they were thoughtful about it just makes a lot of sense. Another bedroom up top. This is one of the biggest secondary bedrooms you're going to find in the house. Very good size. And then they'll use this full bathroom here. So yeah, it's not like a mother-in-law suite, but I'll tell you what, if you had guests over, it's going to be pretty private if someone's staying in the upstairs room. Or they could stay in that front room en suite. So Stellar Grand, large floor plan, great for families. Love the loft area. Plenty of outdoor space to build your dream pool as well. Pool bath option. This is going to be a very flexible floor plan. I think it's going to be a pretty good seller. Now I keep saying that on every floor plan, so I guess I can't say that on everyone, but all these floor plans work for different people. You just need to figure out what works best for you. What is in your budget? What is your sizing requirements? And then just kind of figure that over time. That's why I'm here to help you kind of decide what makes the most sense. So, all right, that's it for the models. I'm going to sit down. We're going to go over some HOA and CDD fees in here. I think they're still finalizing them, so let me make sure they're correct, and then I'll give them to you. So we'll talk amenities a little bit more, even though we have another separate video. We already kind of went over that. I might just pop that in here as well so you guys have it, but very excited about this community. Let's go over the fees, what the community is going to have, and what is Explore? What is that? It's a new brand. What is it? Tell me more. All right, so you guys are probably wondering, why is this such a big deal, this Explore by Del Webb? Well, to kind of tell you the importance, I got to kind of go back in time, because Del Webb was an interesting guy. He had a lot of handings in a lot of different businesses, but this guy's pretty interesting. Del Webb started this company about 70 years ago, so it's been in business for just shy of 100 years, and cool guy. He was part owner of the Yankees for a while. I think they won 7 or 8 World Series under him. So looked at a pretty cool story there. He was probably one of the best sports owners of all time. He also helped build the Flamingo Hotel for the Mafia out in Las Vegas, which is pretty cool. So he's an interesting dude. Then he saw a gap in the housing market. What was that gap? He said all of these people who are transitioning and kind of into the next stage of life, they want to be active. They want to socialize. They want to have amenities in their community. They don't want to just sit and rot in their homes. So that's where he created that Del Webb experience that people know across the country. Now, everything before these first 2 Explore communities, Del Webb has been exclusively for 55 plus. Now, Explore by Del Webb is all ages. What does that mean? Well, it opens up that kind of lifestyle, that active, that fun social fabric that Del Webb is so good at building, it opens it up to everyone. And being in a community like North River Ranch and in your own separate gated part like the Explorer is going to be, that's why I'm just so amped up about it, because it's like Del Webb's vision 70 years ago coming to life again, but this time aimed at, instead of waiting until you're 55, people are spending their money earlier to just enjoy life, right? Not everything's locked up in that 401k until the end. People are spending time in places they like. They're serious about their health. They're serious about their families having a good time, growing up in a good environment. And that's what this community is going to give you. We're talking about like cold plunges, spas, massages, hot tubs, lazy river, golf simulator. Think whiskey, think cigars. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting in this community. It's going to be very high-end feeling, yoga classes. I think Parrish is the perfect place to kind of test this theory out. And I bet this ends up being one of the best-selling communities in Parrish. I have a feeling that it will be. I think once these amenities actually start getting built and people see the vision in reality, I'm never going to tell you that you're going to make equity on your house, because no one who tells you that is telling you the truth, because an asteroid could hit here tomorrow. Who knows, right? The economy could tank. But aside from all of those external factors, I can tell you this. In Parrish itself, this is going to be one of the nicer communities. I imagine this community is going to hold its value very well. So excited about the pricing that came out. If you guys have any questions, I worked for Del Webb for 6.5 years, so I know the inner workings of how it works from start to finish. My goal is, guys, to help you find the best home site, the best plan that fits your budget and your needs, and making sure if you're doing the build process, we're picking the proper structural options. We're not going over the top of the design center. We're staying within your budget. And then we're negotiating a good price, because everything in life is negotiable. Just because these new home sales agents are very nice and they're your friend, at the end of the day, they represent the builder. That's why I'm here to represent you in the transaction. And that goes well beyond just signing the contract. I'm going to be with you every step of the way for the construction from start to finish. When I worked for David Weekley Homes as well, I oversaw the construction quality on all of the homes we delivered in my area of the company. So I was that final quality control check. And that's what I'll be doing to your home along the entire build process. And I think what separates me from other realtors out there is that I know what I'm actually looking for. And I'm not disparaging their information, but that's literally what I got paid by the builder to do, right? So I know what to look out for. I know when they say, hey, that's just how we do it. Well, that's not how it's done right though. And there's a difference. And it's okay sometimes to push back. But you build that relationship with the field manager to where they know you're coming from a good place, they're coming from a good place, and you'd be surprised what you can get accomplished and how good of an experience you can have. So for those of you who are weary of just building new in general, I'm here to kind of hold your hand through that process, especially if you're from out of state. I can definitely help you guys go through the whole process with just peace of mind, knowing someone's there to have your back, boots on the ground as well. So long-winded thing, but Explorer's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see how this shapes out, but I think they did a great job with the models. And you guys let me know, what do you think of the models? Do you like them? Do you want me to visit some other communities in Parrish? Do you feel like these prices are fair? I want to hear what you think as well. Maybe walk us through, for those watching that don't understand kind of what that Del Webb lifestyle is, explain to us what that Del Webb lifestyle is going to be here, and just from a perspective of amenities, social gatherings, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd love to. So we are known at Del Webb's for having incredible amenities. We have beautiful amenity centers and focusing a lot on fitness, activities, social activities. So here at Explore by Del Webb, we're going to take that same concept. We're going to have a phenomenal pool, which is going to be resort style pool with lap lanes. And we've added something extra special here that you won't see at a lot of communities, which is going to be a lazy river. And that lazy river is really going to be a focal point at the amenity center, but also going to be used as a way to incorporate that into some of the community activities, like, you know, a race down the lazy river and a float parade. We're also going to have something called the Wellspring. And that is going to be a wellness center, because people in that age group where we're, targeting that 40s and 50s, we have a really busy life. So we don't have a lot of time to once we get home from work, we don't have a lot of time to get out to go to the gym. Well, you're going to have a beautiful gym here with everything that you could possibly want, with fitness classes. But at the Wellspring, we're going to have infrared saunas. We'll also have a cold plunge pool and massage chairs, and rooms where we can bring in some of the services, like having facials and having actual massage therapists come in and do different events at the amenity center. We're also going to have a bar and grill. So it's going to be super convenient for people to be able to, after a long day, they can grab something to eat for their family, hang out by the pool if they want to come down there and relax and have a drink and something to munch on there as well.
Yeah, and I think that's a really smart move by Del Webb doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think not even just the Gen X profile, but I think the Gen Z all the way up to millennial to Gen X can all appreciate kind of that wellness that is kind of sweeping the nation, right? And having a cold plunge in the community is going to be awesome. I think you look at these builders, and sometimes a lot of people have these opinions that builders are dinosaurs. It's like people walk into a community and they're like, why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? They spend all their money on this. Why don't they do this? So it's cool seeing them kind of explore to try new things, which is kind of refreshing. Honestly, walking through the same amenity center and over again, it's nice to see some variation. So I'm going to break down the CDD and HOA for Explore in North River Ranch. Now, I want you to know there is going to be pre-amenity pricing and post-amenity pricing that I'm going to go over here, but I'm going to also break down the CDD into a monthly cost, even though it is paid annually in your tax bill. However, if obviously you're doing a loan, then they're going to put that into your escrow, and it will be a monthly payment. So let's get started with the villas. Your total monthly cost, HOA and CDD, pre-amenity is $359 per month. Post-amenity, you're looking at $475 per month. The Scenic series, you're looking at a pre-amenity price of $409 per month and a post-amenity price of $524 per month. The Distinctive series, you're looking at a pre-amenity price of $456 per month and a post-amenity price of $572 per month. And the Echelon series, you're looking at a pre-amenity price of $519 per month and a post-amenity price of $635 per month. That is your HOA and CDD combined. So when you're looking at total cost of ownership, it's good to know what is the CDD, what is the HOA. Just know as well that there will be a $500 annual food and beverage fee as well. So that'll be like a prepaid payment that you'll pay to the restaurant and bar, and then you'll be able to use it when you go to the restaurant and bar. So it's one of those, if you don't use it, you lose it situations. For 75 years, Del Webb has been exclusively 55 plus. That is until now. Explore by Del Webb is just opening for pre-sales in Explore by Del Webb in North River Ranch, and I am so excited to tour every single model home for you guys and give you all the information that you have been waiting for. My name is Trenton Miller with Founder of Florida, and the goal of this channel is to make sure you guys have all of the information that you need before you make a purchasing decision. Now, I worked for Del Webb for over 6.5 years as a sales agent, and now I am taking that experience and working for you. I can help you with the negotiation, lot selection, all of the design and structural selections, and make sure that you have someone in your corner during the process. But today, guys, today is about the models opening. I am going to walk through every single one. Wait till the end, and I want you guys to comment, what is your favorite model in Explore by Del Webb? And if you don't mind giving a like and a subscribe, it helps the channel reach others that are looking as well. Enjoy the video, and here is Explore by Del Webb.